He hooked one before I was ready to turn the cameras on. I think he got a big one. Oh, it's a big one.
I knew it felt
Let me get those, first bite of the day. I got, I'm dragging this, yes, too. Doing that?
Yep.
Man, I don't have my other camera on. Jeez. Let me, I don't know where he's at. We just started fishing. I just got the camera hooked up. And he's got a big one. Your buddy's gonna be, I've been fishing with Nick for this is the third day with Nick. His buddy was here the first 2 days and he went home. We didn't catch any big fish for 3 days. This is our warming day and it's our first bite on Lake Toho. I've got camera stuff laying everywhere.
I'm not trying to wash him in.
Yeah. Nick's a kayak fisherman from New York, so he's getting used to fishing while he's standing up. Nice one. These fish this time of year pull super hard for their size too.
He's right here.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Oh, there's a big one. Come here. Don't you come on.
Oh, yes.
Look at that. On that trick worm. Dude, that fish, I think it spawned out, but this is our third day of fishing. This is first bite of the day. I just literally turned the camera on while he was, I hope the sound's working. Let's see what he weighs.
That's my PB.
Man, this fish could weigh, I mean, it's fat, but it could weigh another pound if it was full of eggs. I think it's gonna be 7 something. $7.01.
New PB. Broke 6'2".
7.01. Nice.
Couple pictures with him.
Dude, that fish could, see how long it is?
Yeah.
And straight? That fish could weigh 8 easy if he was full of eggs. I gotta get those talons back down. That's cool.
Yeah, that's a great way to start it.
You'll see my tracks up here from where we caught them the other day. There's some big fish in the spot. We used to think this, can you see all the waypoints on the screen?
Yeah.
So every one of those waypoints is a fish over 10 pounds
Okay.
throughout the years. We used to think this was a big staging area and then they'd move up in here to spawn, which some of them do. The one year though, this area right here was, fish? Yep, look at him swimming with it.
There you go.
A giant. This fish isn't quite as big as the last one in the video. It actually, we're in another spot. We were in a offshore spot before. We're actually in another offshore spot. But he got one more bite after catching that 7-pounder. It's 24.5 inches long, all spawned out. And it's really flat calm this morning. But it's gorgeous and we're not freezing like we did the past 2 days. But I just pulled up into another spot, a big staging area. Not all these fish, it is the beginning of March. And our fish here will actually spawn until April. And this is a big pre-spawn, spawn, post-spawn flat here that's got some scattered hydrilla in it that I was just explaining to him several years ago here on Toho. We would come in here and catch a bunch of big fish and you'd see guides all over the place dragging shiners behind the boat. And we thought it was a big staging area. And then like a month later, they drew the lake down and this water in this area right here got crystal clear. And I quickly realized, and a bunch of other people, that this isn't just a big staging area. There was beds out here this big around. And so these fish don't just spawn in areas where you can see the beds. That's a big misconception. These fish will spawn on shallow lakes like Toho, where it's only 9-10 feet deep in the middle. They'll spawn anywhere they feel comfortable spawning. Just because you can't see the beds doesn't mean they're not there. They spawn at the base of lily pads in 5-6 feet of water. They spawn out here in scattered hydrilla, all over the place. As long as there's some sunlight, they can get to the bottom. They'll spawn in these areas. So we're just out here dragging this big trick worm, and a lot of it's just fish living out here. But you never know, there might be a big 9-10 pounder sitting on a bed that you don't have to see, and you drag that worm across it and it bites. The first spot didn't pan out too well, only that one fish, but it was worth going to that spot because that was his new PB. Only get better from here.
Got him.
Got him?
Yep.
Fish number 3. All downhill from this morning.
Yeah, right.
So we're on a pattern here of one fish in the first spot, no fish in the second spot, one in the third spot, and yeah. We got 3 fish, and one in the fourth spot.
We got hit over at the second spot.
Yeah, we did. That's true.
Just go catch.
Now we're throwing a fluke. Kind of halfway dead sticking it, twitch, did that hit on the fall?
Yeah.
That one? I didn't get into my spot I wanted to. I came running back in here over all this there's an area, a bunch of suspended or submerged hydrilla. And we're just kind of halfway twitching a weightless fluke and letting it sink down a little bit. It's like 5 feet deep. There's one spot I've been fishing the past few days where they're kind of stacked up in there, and there's a boat dead on it, out in the middle of nothing. And I'm not gonna go in on top of them. So we came to another spot. He just missed one, then he caught that one. Nothing crazy happening in this video. Worm and fluke. Backside of a cold front. Water's 64 degrees. Supposed to be 92 degrees 2 days from now. Crazy weather. Better?
Feels a little bit better.
Hey, respectable bass.
Oh, still a little guy.
Yeah, not as low as the last couple.
Yeah.
Not it. Hooked him right in the handle.
Yep.
Well, we broke our pattern by catching more than one fish in a spot. He's still just throwing a fluke, and I am slow rolling a speed worm, Florida style, just to see what happens. But they're on that fluke bite, like they always are. I just don't think. Oh, there's one. Giant.
Yeah.
We haven't caught a fish in like 2 hours. And we're on a completely different area. This is on a speed worm, but it could have very well been a fluke or a Texas rig worm because I just threw it up against the bank. Kind of dumb fishing. Actually, the wind started blowing and the fish stopped biting. Besides that 7-pounder that he caught this morning, it's been a lot of this stuff. We fished a lot of spots that aren't even going to be in the video. But we are just coming off a big cold front and all that kind of crazy stuff. We probably caught, what, like 9 or so?
Yeah, 9, 10.
9 or 10. Not horrible. He's happy he caught a 7-pounder after 3 days of fishing.
Damn straight.
So we're going to give it a little bit longer, a few more minutes, and we're going to head in. But thanks for watching. Got to try and come up with some more creative videos soon. We need all these cold fronts to get out of here. It needs to be cold or hot, not summertime hot and wintertime cold. That's what's been screwing up all the fishing around here, is the extreme temperature changes. If it would just stay kind of cool in between the cold fronts, the fishing would be a lot more consistent. Or if it just stayed hot. I don't think the fish know what's coming or going, but like we're out here on an outside grass line, and water's real clear because the lakes come down about a foot. They usually draw it down a little bit this time of year, anticipation for the rainy season that's going to come in a few months. And we've seen some vacated beds in here, so fish might be done spawning. I'd say the fish are probably 80% done spawning, but we'll probably still see some stuff on beds, like heading even into April. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next time. I got 3 days of shiner fishing coming up, so I probably won't be making any videos after that, during that process. So we'll see you next time.